Okay, and I'm back again with Genesis chapter 32. Jacob sends gifts to Esau. As Jacob and his household started on their way again, angels of God came to meet him. When Jacob saw them, he explained, "This is God's camp." So he named the place Mahanam. Jacob now sent messengers to his brother Esau in Edom, the land of Seir. He told them, "Give this message to my master Esau. Humble greetings from your servant Jacob. I have been living with Uncle Laban until recently, and now I own oxen, donkeys, sheep, goats, and many servants, both men and women, and I have sent these messengers to inform you of my coming, hoping that you will be friendly to us." The messengers returned with the news that Esau was on his way to meet Jacob with an army of 400 men. Jacob was terrified at the news. He divided his household along with the flocks and herds and camels into two camps. He thought if Esau attacks one group, perhaps the other can escape. Then Jacob prayed, "O God, my godfather Abraham and my father Isaac, O Lord, you told me to return to my land and to my relatives, and you promised to treat them kindly. I am not worthy of all the faithfulness and unfailing love you have shown me, your servant. When I left home, I owned nothing except a walking stick, and now my household fills two camps. O Lord, please rescue me from my brother Esau. I am afraid that he is coming to kill me along with my wives and children. But you promised to treat me kindly and to multiply my descendants until they become as numerous as the sands across the seashore, too many to count." Jacob stayed where he was for the night and prepared a present for Esau 200 female goats, 20 male goats, 200 ewes, 20 rams, 30 female camels with their young, 40 cows, 10 bulls, 20 female donkeys, and 10 male donkeys. He told his servants to lead them on ahead, each group of animals by itself, separated by distance in between. He gave these instructions to the men leading the first group. "When you meet Esau, he will ask, 'Where are you going? Whose servants are you? Whose animals are these?' You should reply, 'These belong to to your servant Jacob. They are a present for his master Esau. He was coming right behind us.'" And Jacob gave the same instructions to each of the herdsmen and told them, "You are all to say the same thing to Esau when you see him, and be sure to say, 'Your servant Jacob is right behind us.'" Jacob's plan was to appease Esau with the presents before meeting him face to face. Perhaps, Jacob hoped, he will be friendly with us. So the presents were sent on ahead, and Jacob spent the night in the camp. Jacob wrestles with God. But during the night, Jacob got up and sent his two wives, two concubines, and 11 sons across the Jabbok River. After they were on the other side, he sent over all his possessions. This left Jacob all alone in the camp, and a man came and wrestled with him until dawn. When the man saw he couldn't win the match, he struck Jacob's hip and knocked it out of joint at the socket. Then the man said, "Let me go, for it is dawn." But Jacob panted, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." "What is your name?" the man asked. He replied, "Jacob." "Your name will no longer be Jacob," the man told him. "It is now Israel, because you have struggled with both God and man and have won." "What is your name?" Jacob asked him. "Why do you ask?" the man replied. Then he blessed Jacob there. Jacob named the place Peniel, face of God, for he said, "I have seen God face to face, yet my life has been spared." The sun rose as he left Peniel, and he was limping because of his hip. That is why even today the people of Israel don't eat meat from near the hip in memory of what happened that night. Genesis chapter 33. Jacob and Esau make peace. Then in the distance Jacob saw Esau coming with his 400 men. Jacob now arranged his family into a column with his two concubines and their children at the front, Leah and her children next, and Rachel and Joseph last. Then Jacob went on ahead. As he approached his brother, he bowed low 7 times before him. Then Esau ran to meet him and embraced him affectionately and kissed him. Both of them were in tears. Then Esau looked at the women and children and asked, "Who are these people with you?" "These are the children God has graciously given me," Jacob replied. Then the concubines came forward with their children and bowed low before him. Next Leah came with her children. They bowed down. Finally Rachel and Joseph came and made their bows. And what were all the flocks and herds I met as I came?" Esau asked. Jacob replied, "They are gifts, my lord, to ensure your goodwill." Brother, I have plenty, Esau answered. Keep what you have. No, please accept them, Jacob said, for what a relief it is to see your friendly smile. It is like seeing the smile of God. Please to take my gifts, for God has been very generous to me. I have more than enough, Jacob continued to insist. Esau finally accepted them. Let's get going, Esau said. I will stay with you and lead the way. But Jacob replied, You can see, my lord, that some of the children are very young, and the flocks and herds have their young too. If they are driven too hard, they may die. So go on ahead of us. We will follow at our own pace and meet you at Seir. Well, Esau said, At least let me leave some of my men to guard and protect you. There is no reason for you to be so kind to me, Jacob insisted. So Esau started back to Seir that same day. Meanwhile, Jacob and his household traveled on to Succoth. There he built himself a house and made shelter for his flocks and herds. That is why the place was named Succoth. They arrived safely at Shechem in Canaan, and they set up camp just outside the town. Jacob brought the land he camped on for the family of Hamor, uh, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of silver, and there he built an altar and called it El Elo Israel. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. All right, and I'll be back tomorrow with chapter 34.